Hey, what's up, Life That Pencil with another Path of Exile video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Genesis tree, which is the new crafting mechanic coming in the Keepers of the Flame expansion that's just started. And as I say just started, I mean, I just got off about basically a 28-hour stream, and it's pretty good. I'd say it's very similar to the graveyard crafting that we had in Necropolis. I've made a bunch of stuff with it, not this, but I can show you a couple of items that I've made. The first one being these boots. Now they're not all like a T1, but they are 5 mod straight from the tree. Sure, it could be 35% increased movement speed or 35% chaos resistance, but they're pretty dang good. And this is just how they fell out of the tree. So this is what I'm going to show you how to make today, or not just this, but just a method for making stuff like this. I got another thing here. I wanted to make a fractured either attack speed or attack speed or chaos resistance pair of gloves, and that's what I got here. I used an essence on them afterwards because I wanted to. My goal with the pair of gloves is big life, chaos res, attack speed, and a resistance. So this is what I've got for you today. Let me just put D&D on, and we're going to walk through it really quickly and easily. So the first thing you're going to need to do is, decide what kind of item you want to make. For example, it's very important. I got around 10,000 graft blood right now, so we're going to use all of that probably to make these items. We're going to use Path of Exile because this is a super useful site. I put a link in the description below. If you are going to make anything in Path of Exile, Path of Exile is probably one of your best friends. So as you can see here, you've got a choice of creating any kind of item. Let's start off with some boots. And let me just see what my Genesis tree is set up for, actually. Maybe it's already set up for boots. Oh, it's set up for gloves. Okay, so we can swap that around and we'll make these from scratch. So I want Dex boots just because I'm playing a Dex-based character, an evasion-based character. And if you look here, you can see fossils, essences, etc., and they got the Genesis tree as well. And the Genesis tree is, like I said, is similar to the graveyard. It basically allows you to sort of refine or shave away a lot of outcomes when you're making a pair of boots or whatever it is you want to make. So I think my pair of boots, definitely we want movement speed, and we want maybe chaos rares and life, and that's it, and another resistance, So as you can see here, as a prefix, the movement speed is 15% total on a pair of boots. This is for a pair of item level 86 boots. And if you want to get life, then it's a 23%. And so what the Genesis tree allows us to do is massage these numbers so that these outcomes are much more likely. And the for chaos resistance, we see here 2.6% as a suffix, which is pretty low for boots. So what are we going to do about it? So I've you unlock the Genesis tree piece by piece. Basically, keep doing breach, and you'll get these green. Like I got a mouth that was made of hands. A lot of other weird body parts. You can refund your passives for free, which is fair. I think it would be a bit of a riot if that didn't happen. But so we'll just reset everything from scratch. And we'll talk about exactly how we are going to go about making a pair of boots. So first of all, there's this wheel up here. This is for the equipment item womb. So I'm just going to be talking about the equipment one. You can apply the same kind of logic to the unique one, or to the the currency one, not so much, but and also to the graft womb as well. But we're just going to deal with the equipment womb today. So I know I want to make a pair of boots, and up here there's this a percentage, like 5,000% increased chance for birthed item to be shields. So that's going to give, it's a very solid chance you're going to get a shield out of this. Same 5,000 for helmets, 5,000 for body armor, and then 5,000 for gloves, and 5,000 for boots. So we have to take this node along the way. This travel node, birthed equipment, rolls, socket, and links plus 10 times, keeping the best outcomes. So that just means that you'll probably, if it's a pair of boots or gloves or something like that, it's probably going to be 4 linked. So we just take that and then we click on this one here, and this says increased chance for birth equipment to be armor. Birth equipment has +1 to item level, and that's important because if you use these you can see these little womb gifts here, they have an item level. And if you just use the standard item level that it comes with, 83 in this case on this piece of gear here, then you won't be able to roll the higher tiers of modifiers. So like movement speed is a tier 86. So it's item level 86 here for the highest speed of movement, so 35%. So if you're not doing, if you're not increasing the item level by 3, 83 plus 3, then you won't be able to get the highest tier of movement speed. So these are quite important to get these +1s around the tree. And then we're just going to select boots here. So we just click this one and then click this, and that's it. There you go. So now it's very, very biased towards making us boots. Now over here there's this wheel. This is for weapons. We can quite safely ignore that. Over here there's womb gifts to birth an additional equipment item. So instead of 1 you get 2. It's very good. And for me, I always take this one, 300% more chance for birth equipment to have dexterity requirements. So because I need to be able to wear it. If it's strength and int, then I might not be able to. If it's just pure strength or pure int, so I take that one there. And then over here we got another 50% for 50% chance for womb gifts to birth an additional equipment item. So that's going along with the 25%. So this is now more likely than not that you will get 2 items out of the tree. So this is for quivers or for jewels, and this is for amulets, rings, and belts. So we don't really need that. But again, you see here there's the +1 to item level. So you might want to put a slight chance in for it to be jewelry in order to get that +1 to item level, because then you're going to be able to get, say, the top tier of movement speed. But I'm just going to put this on here. So the additional equipment item, 50% chance. And then over here we've got +1 to item level. So we're at +2 now, which is pretty good. Over here we have birth equipment has the lowest level modifier removed. And when it says lowest level modifier, that doesn't mean, it may not mean what you think it means. So the maximum level of life is, I think, 54. And the third highest item level of chaos resistance is 56, which is higher. So if you click this node and it rolled tier 4 chaos res and tier 3 chaos res and tier 1 life, it would remove the life because it's not as high as item level. So that's this is something to be a little careful with, but I take it anyway because I'm not about caution. So then we got this node over here. So birth equipment has +50 to modifier tier rating, and that just means that you're going to get higher tiers of modifiers on your item. So over here we got the Genesis tree. You can actually click this in Path of Exile, and it'll bring up this percentage chance of increased percentage chance of modifiers, and modifiers are more scarce. And then there's the miscellaneous modifier tier rating as well. So if I tick this one here, birth equipment has +50 to modifier tier rating, then I come down here and I see the speed is 15.38 now, and if I click this, then it actually reduces in chance because it's cutting out the lower tiers of speed. So it's actually less likely with that. And then we can come over this wheel and we've got the we can take this devoted technique, and it'll allow us to choose one of, sadly only one. Birth equipment has 1,000% increased chance for chaos modifiers, for physical modifiers, fire modifiers, cold modifiers, or lightning modifiers. So we're going to take chaos modifiers there, and that's 1,000% more likely for chaos. So I'm going to put that, I'm going to click that in this, and this is like a little item planner. And then over here we've got values of random modifiers on birth equipment are rolled in an additional time, keeping the best outcome, and that just means within the tier. So if life is 100 to 115 and it rolls 107, it'll roll again, and if it rolls 110 it'll keep 110, but it's not going to roll 50 and 100 and then keep 100. So this is just lucky rolls on the inside the bands. And then over here we've got equipment has 1,000% increased chance for critical modifiers, attack modifiers, caster modifiers, and speed modifiers. And obviously we want speed. So if we take this one here, and we can apply these points here, and then we're going to go over into our sheet here and add speed in. And now you see that speed is now a 64% likelihood on this item. And that's really good. That's much better than the 15% that we started with and the 14% that we got down to. And then here we've got 50% chance for womb gifts of birth, an additional item. So we take that, so we get another item out of it. And then on this devoted soul, we've got increased chance for life modifiers, mana modifiers, defense, attribute, or resistance. And I think I ran out of points at this section, so I didn't end up taking those. But I did come up here. So birth equipment has a plus 25 to modifier tier rating. So that means I come in here and I add another 25 to it. And that means these numbers get massaged even more in our favor. And then +1 to item level. So that brings us to the +3 that we wanted. And then here we have the reduced chance for things. So life, mana, resistance, attribute, and defense. And if we come over to this weighting, the mod weighting here, you can actually click on these things here. So here's defenses here, and it'll tell you only these things are defenses, and then you can take it off. And you can see only these things are speed, and that's movement speed on boots. What a surprise! But you can also see down here there's a weighting. So this is 66,000. So if you then click defenses, then out of the remaining things, 14,000 of the 66,000, so roughly a quarter, maybe a fifth, are defense related. And if you click on, say, mana, then you can see there's no mana on movement speed boots, or on dex boots. And then if you click on life, you can see here that there's 8,000 weighting. So life is not as common as defense is. So if you wanted to remove one thing from the equation, probably it would be defenses. You can also remove attributes as well, but there's only really dexterity. If it was a hybrid pair of boots, then you could get two types of attributes on it, and that might be more useful. So if we click on attribute, it's 6,000 weighting down here, and that's out of a possible 47,000. So it seems like to me that the defenses rolls are the ones that are getting in the way of the glory of this item. So we're going to take this 50% chance for womb gifts to birth an additional equipment item, and then we're going to click reduced chance for defenses, and then we can come over here and add that in. So modifiers are more scarce, and we can select where's defense. There we go. So now when we look at our weighting for movement speed, it's at 80%. Which is pretty solid. So that's a 4 in 5 chance that we're going to get movement speeds. I feel quite confident. So then we can have a look over here. We got another reduced wheel over here. So we've got critical modifiers, attack modifiers, caster modifiers, and speed. Obviously, you don't want to remove speed. But if we look at this, we go to the attack one. There's none. If we go to, I think caster was one of them, there's none. So this wheel doesn't seem to critical as well. Was it only critical? No, there's no critical stuff on boots. So this wheel is just completely useless. But this node, the values of the random modifiers on birth items are rolled an additional time, keeping the best outcome. Another version of another one of whichever one it was. But yeah, so we can take that and we get the divine rolls. I think, was it over here maybe? Yes, this one. And that means that an additional time is now going to be rolled 3 times, and you're going to get the best one. So that means you don't have to use a divine orb if your item turns out really good, which is pretty nice. And birthed equipment has a 33% chance to be fractured. I was using this for my gloves because I wanted to fracture attack speed. I wanted T1 attack speed fracture. So this can be useful as well. And this is a birth equipment rolls sockets and links 150 times, keeping the best outcome. So this is why 6 links are so cheap right now. They're really, really, really cheap. I think I paid 4 chaos or 5 chaos for mine. So they're really cheap at the moment, and it's because of this arterial mesh node. And then up here we've got another plus 50 modifier tier rating, and we've got a reduced chance for chaos modifiers, physical, fire, cold, and lightning. And so that's if you wanted to, I don't know, maybe you definitely don't want cold res on this, or something like that. At the moment, these boots are looking pretty solid. I think, I'm not sure if you can add, oh, you can add 2 here, so you can do 2 of these, and that brings our, it doesn't have a huge effect, it seems. Oh no, not 3. It doesn't have a huge effect, so our movement speed goes from 80.291 to 81.683, so it's like a 1% extra chance to get what we want. But it's probably more high rolls. So maybe we'll take that, and we'll take, I want it to be fractured as well. And we don't want any of the reduced stuff here, and we don't want any of this reduced stuff here. I don't really care about that, so I'm going to take that one as well. And that's it. That's all we need to do for our boots. So let's see what we get. So I got all these. The UI is a little confusing for this, honestly, but I got a bunch of womb gifts here. We'll take the 83 because that way it will be an 86 item, and it should be able to roll top tier of movement speed. So let's just see what happens. So here we go, and it's just gonna yeet out some. It wasn't boots. So it put out a Twilight Regalia, and this can happen. This absolutely can happen, and it happened to me when I was explaining this to a couple of people in the stream as well, because they were watching, and I think I got 3 pairs of boots and a scepter. So you know, it might be 5,000% increased chance for burst items to be boots, but that doesn't mean it's definitely going to be boots. So let's go again. So we'll go another 83, and we'll hopefully get some boots this time. No, I'm beginning to get a little worried now. So we got still a decent item. I mean, it's is that T2 T2 lightning resistance fracture, T2 life, and we did get all the boosts. My item filter's hiding them all. Professional streamer. Okay, so let's just pick all this stuff up. That's so we did get some boots. We got some Chaos Res boots here, which aren't that great, honestly. They just got high Chaos Res and Dex on them. This body armor's not too bad, honestly. It's got 29 Chaos Res, 45 Cold Res, 126 life, and 50 Dex. So you see you can get pretty big resistance rolls, and here's some move speed boots. They're not very good. We got some Chaos Res and Lightning Res over here, and then we got what is also this 22 Suppress, which is not terrible. Anyway, let's go one more time with this, and just remember that they do actually come onto the floor, and I don't see them. So we actually got 4 items here. So we got this Sanguine Rain, which doesn't really look very good. We got these boots, which are 33 Chaos Res, 114 life, and 12 Suppress, which is very decent. In any other league, these would be extremely expensive, and these are in between 5 Chaos and 1 Divine, according to my price checker. But here we got a couple of decent pairs, I think. So this pair is 157 life. We got T1 Lightning Res and T2 Fire Res, which is very, very decent indeed. And then these are the fractured ones. They got fractured movement speed, along with Chaos Res and rarity of items. So I think fractured movement speed is probably going to be worth a little bit, 10 Chaos maybe. In any other league, I think fractured movement speed in day 1.5 would be insanely good. But the Genesis tree is really pumping stuff out. So let's do one quick one again, and we'll do the gloves that I was trying to make, just so you can have another example, because I always work best when people show me exactly what to do. So here we're going to go up here. We're going to select gloves. So we're sure we're going to get gloves, and then we're going to come. I know we want to be fractured, so I think that's over here. So we know we have to take this one. There's I think it's this one. No, that's the defense one. So let's, we should go and look at our. We should definitely go and look at exactly what we're doing, and instead of just YOLO crafting. It is fun though. So we go gloves, decks, and I think we haven't reset all of these, so I'll just take these off. There we go. So we can see here we have attack speed is a 2.9% total, and if we add the high tier increased chance for speed, then it comes to a 25% chance, which is much better. So I think you can actually also type in here, so just sort of speed, and then you see this pulsing one over here. So 1000% increased chance for speed modifier. So we know we have to come up here to this, and then we got another item plus 50 mod. So we'll take that, and then additional. We probably want to reduce the chance for something. So if you look at this this item here, so 25% chance for attack speed right now, and attack is also around a lot in gloves as well. So it's all this cold, fire, lightning, flat damage on gloves. Fizz is there a little bit, but if you pump up the speed one and then you remove the attack one, then it's going to affect it pretty negatively. Defenses, again, maybe you don't want all of these defense nodes. There's 32,000 out of 3.2,000 out of 20. So there's a few there. You could go for mana or something as well, but I'm not sure where we're going to go. Let's do this together. So I think definitely defense. We'll get rid of defense, and that should really help us out quite a bit. Defense mods are I've already taken it, so big brain. And then we've got 6 points left, so we could go for a really big attribute or resistance. Maybe go for some resistance. So if it does come out fractured, then maybe it's really high chaos res. Maybe we got fire, fizz, and chaos mods here, so we could take chaos res or chaos modifier. So hopefully we get that. Lowest modifier removed as well. Let's take that, and we got 3 points left. And this is reduced crit attack caster. I don't know, there's no caster here. If we do reduced attack, we can just click it like this. Then attack speed goes down to 6%. Oh, 6% is not worth it. It's not worth it. And we don't care about the number of sockets on it. A reduced chance for physical modifiers, fire modifiers, cold modifiers, lightning modifiers. We could take physical because there's a couple of physical things here. Like there's physical damage here, and then fizz damage leached as mana. So if we find physical here, it's not much. It's not very high, but if we take it out, how much is our attack speed right now is 16,000 weight out of 66. So if we reduce physical, then it goes to it's the same. It seems negligible. So maybe we'll just go with a plus 50 tier rating, and then we get higher tiers. And we take the divine rolls as well. I think we're 1 point left. Maybe we should go with the good sockets or random amount of quality. Oh no, we take the 50% increased chance of an additional item. Yeah, we take that. Okay, and so this is for our gloves. So let's see what we get. At item number 81. So I don't think we can hit the top tier of attack. Oh no, we can hit the top tier of attack speed. All I really wanted was fractured attack speed gloves. So let's see what happens. We got some fractured gloves. Oh, and there's some other stuff on the floor as well. So we got 47 cold res gloves. But there's 47 cold res, fire res, and lightning res, and 114 life. So those are some decent gloves. And this is what time is it? It's almost midnight here. So this is 28 hours into the league. I've been up for about 30 hours, so I'm a little tired. But here we got another pair of gloves, 35 chaos res, 46 lightning, 43 cold. So if you're in solo self-found, this is a godsend. This is the best. The other stuff we got a body armor that's not very good. We got more body armor that's not very good. And then we got a helmet, which has got cold and chaos res on it, which is decent. Anyway, that's how to use the Genesis tree. I hope this has been helpful to you. I'm sorry this has gone on for so long. I've been rambling, but I'm tired. And I just wanted to get this done so that I could let people know how to use this. Because I started trying to use it, and I couldn't understand a bloody thing. And the UI wasn't helping. And after a while, I figured it out. So I wanted to help other people with it. Anyway, that's it for me. If you have questions or comments, please drop them in the comment section below. I will answer everything, and stop by and see us on twitch.tv/lifewithoutpants. But with that, I hope you are kind to everyone you meet. I love you all very much, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.